Hello everyone, we have a interesting case here and I want to thank Randy first and foremost for allowing us to shoot this video, because there are, although he has a rare condition, a few rare conditions, two of them not being that rare, that's what brought him in here, which is costochondritis and a hiatal hernia. Randy has a unique situation. He has something called Situs Inversus. He came to me because he has costochondritis and he has hiatal hernia, really bad acid reflux every day. So, and belching and burping, right? Difficulty breathing. So we have seen you, is today number 2? No, number 3. Today's visit number 3. First, I guess, let's ask you how you're doing with the costochondritis and the chest pain.
With all the stuff that you've been doing, I feel better. It's definitely improving compared to all the different doctors I've seen over the years. They haven't really done anything. Here I'm finally getting some results.
Yeah, so let me touch on that, because all of you watching this have gone through exactly what he's gone through, I guarantee you. For chest pain, for costochondritis, for those of you watching this that have costo, you've gone to the heart doctor and had EKGs and all sorts of heart tests, stress tests, and they've been negative over and over again. And then finally, eventually, many of you don't even get diagnosed with costochondritis. You have to watch videos and educate yourself, which is ridiculous. A doctor should know better. You were diagnosed by a rheumatologist or?
Cardio. I went to see like a cardio doctor in Long Island, and he finally diagnosed me, and that's when I went to go see a rheumatologist.
Okay. What's that? Do you remember that doctor's name?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, kudos to him. He picked up on it, especially he probably looked at you had several tests done before and they were all negative. Yeah, so finally somebody like changed the cookie cutter pattern that these cardiologists are using, and he picked up on it. Clearly he has bad posture, okay, and we're working on that. A little bit of scoliosis, a little bit of the curves to the spine as well, which complicate things for both costochondritis and hiatal hernia. He also has a lot of acid reflux. Now, that has not gotten better, but the belching, the difficulty breathing has gotten better for him. So we're going to go ahead and continue to work on that, and we're going to do the hiatal hernia, but on the opposite side, which is a little different. Most of you haven't seen that, but go ahead and lay down on your stomach for me. We're going to start him with some heat, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have just given Randy some heat. He has some ice on the chest. We usually heat the thoracic area, ice the chest area. So I'm going to pull that ice out from underneath you there. We're going to go ahead and show you guys how we adjust this case of costochondritis. Now, for him, a lot of it has to do with posture, okay? He has a lot of misalignments here in the mid-back region. So just fixing that alone is going to help his chest pain. But then we're going to flip him over and work on the chest area. So I'm just going to loosen up the soft tissue around the paraspinal muscles. The paraspinal muscles run over the ribs, where the ribs attach to the spine. And again, if you're dealing with costochondritis, you probably have a thoracic issue, a mid-back problem. And a lot of people like to use the BACKPOD, and for most, that's not most, I should say, for most that's not good. For very few subset of people, that's enough to provide relief. But I will say this, probably those people that use the BACKPOD have to use it over and over again, and they may not be fixing or addressing the problem. BACKPOD just manipulates your spine, whereas a chiropractor is going to find exactly where those misalignments are, manipulate the right parts and areas of the spine in the right correct vector and direction. And there's a big difference between just a gross manipulation, you know, like laying on a foam roller and hearing those cracks. Those aren't manipulations, that's just gas being released from the joint. BACKPOD, when done forcefully, can actually gross manipulate the spine. So you got to be real careful of that, you know, that you're not hurting yourself, especially if you have scoliosis. If you know you have scoliosis, then be really careful using a BACKPOD, because you could eventually make it worse. Get that looked at by a chiropractor, maybe even have some x-rays done to look at where your spine and what direction your spine is in, because the x-rays won't show a rib misalignment as much as it will show the spine misalignment. Now, your chest pain has mostly been on the left side, but also on the right side as well, correct?
Mostly been on the right side.
Mostly on the right. Okay, sorry, that's what I meant. See right there, Situs Inversus, right? So he thought he was having a heart attack. Which side is your heart on?
Right side.
On the right side, right? Not like most of us on the left. So, of course, the heart doctors, once they knew he had Situs Inversus, and you've known that for years, right?
Since I was 18.
Since he was 18, okay. How old are you now?
25.
All right. So we have not taken x-rays of Randy because he has a set of x-rays that he had taken before. So we're going to just track those down. You know, he hasn't had any trauma. So if you've had x-rays done in the last few years, it's fine. As long as there's, you know, there hasn't been any accidents or traumas, that'll be just fine. So we're going to track those x-rays down. There's no need to radiate him again and take another x-ray if he's already got one. What would you say? It's significantly less on this side, or still tender on this side as well?
It's still tender, more towards the top side.
To the top, but not down here where the ribs are?
No.
Okay. So he gets some lower back pain from time to time. So what we're going to do here is just do a little flexion distraction on the lower back. Thank you guys so much. If you got anything from this video, or even if you just like this view of the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building, give me a like and don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate you guys.